What's up, family? Welcome back to the Stop Sinking Show, where we go from struggle to flow. This episode today is going to be self-indulgent because it's what I need to hear the most right now. In the past few days, I have been surrounded by the fragility of life. Growing up and aging along with people, it's probably an obvious and natural course that life takes to show you how temporary it is. And every time an occurrence happens, the jolt of reality that hits your face never seems to go away. At the last bit of tragedy, literally a few weeks ago, my friend said something we all say to each other at times like this. When someone has an untimely passing, when someone gets a poor medical diagnosis at an early age, when faced with it all, we are quick to say things like, life is short, appreciate what you have, live now, etc., etc. All these things we say, almost trite to an extent, because none of it comes with us really feeling the weight of those words. And for some of us, maybe it does. Maybe for someone, one brush with death, and they become the people that you hear stories about later in life. But for most of us, what adds insult to injury, what compounds the tragedy, makes a tragedy even more tragic, is that for most of us, we do not walk through the door of reality that this presents us. And for some of us that do, many of us don't stick around long enough in the hallway to lead to any other opening. We cower right back to what we know, to the room we've occupied for so long. And I say this very much about myself. I wish I could extend the half-life of reality hitting me in the face. I wish it did it enough for me to be shaped by it, for it to shape the core of my being. I wish at all moments I could remember the people I've lost, those that I've sacrificed, the limited opportunity of time in front of me to make all of that worth it. Still, I falter. Still, I regress. Still, I revert back to the comfort whenever I get a chance. Still, I count on the following day being the day. Still, I take for granted the limited time of it all. Even though I've felt the pain of remorse, feel the pain of regret, still, I numb when I can, drown when I can, human by default as a human, and default on all humans before me. And how can I solve for this? How do you intellectualize something enough for it to be so common and trite and well known that we are temporary, that we should live now, yet pass on no feelings within it, those words that move a person? And imagine if everyone really did snap out of their presupposed problems and at the confrontation of reality even once, worked then to live more each day from there out. Imagine how much more life would be in everyone. Imagine how different the world would be if it just took one instance for you to wake up. But I don't know. I do not know. Sometimes I put to words through my mind what my heart has been screaming almost into a pillow. Muffled, strained, but unheard and incomprehensible. And though I try to help it find words by reaching to it, the part with which I reach still cannot translate its depth. It does it no justice in the sensation I must feel or the sentiment it's trying to communicate. It too then is strained and muffled, this part that reaches out. It's only a mere attempt to engulf an ocean through a narrow straw, underwhelming, leaving me underwhelmed with myself. Because what that depth unlocks, what it holds, though deep, scary, vast, and all consuming, is the me who feels, not understands, but feels the calling from my heart to live now. For what else is honor? Honoring all that has come before, all that has set up for what is to come. What else is more honoring than to live immediately? And the trouble is that something inside me does truly believe that the opposite is dishonor. To all those who would have done anything for another day of healthy life, to delay the living of yours is dishonor. I do not know of a way to remember this responsibility of honor without it fading away until the next tragedy. But dishonor is not my goal. Live now. Live immediately. You owe it to you. You owe it to everyone. I love you, family. See you on the next show. Stay true.